Weilie, and today we'll be looking at some people playing XiangQi online. So right now we'll be taking the perspective of black. So the next good move for black would be to move c8.5 so that you can put two cannons in the center. Okay, let us look at how did this game develop. Okay, so when red moves c8.6, black should have moved c8.5, but c2.5 is also acceptable. And for red moving a4 plus 5 is not really very good. And for black to move c5 plus 4, this is also not a nice move, because later on, red can move h2 plus 3 to chase away the black cannon. And then when he moves h2 plus 3, it is still alright. And then red should have moved h2 plus 3 to chase away the black cannon and develop his pieces. Now black move r1 plus 1 to activate his car. And then red has moved c2.4. And then now black has retreated the cannon by 2 steps. And now red has moved h2 plus 3. And r1.6 is a good move by black. So he is activating his rook to control the path and also to control this part. And then black has moved r1.2, followed by black's c8.5. Now, red has moved a suicidal move, and now black has easily eaten the rook, and it will be an easy win from now onwards. So let's see how did the game develop. Okay, so black has resigned. No, red has resigned. Let us move on to the next one. Okay, so this is, in Chinese, this is called Liep Hao, and it's not really something that we will recommend to beginners. Now red can move up with a h2 plus 3 to protect the center pawn. And now red can also move r1.2, and then is to activate all of the 3 pieces. After that, depending on how black will move, red will choose the different choices and different structures to attack. So now we will see whether... Oh, so red has chosen to move r1 plus 1. That's also alright. The next good move for red will be to move h8 plus 9. If you are feeling aggressive, you can choose to move h8 plus 7. But personally, I would choose h8 plus 9. Okay, now let's take note of this. So when black cannon takes red pawn on the third file, it is not a good move because there is no protection for black's horse. And then after that, even though you have gotten one pawn and you're attacking red's elephant, red can just move e3 plus 1 to avoid the attack. Later on, red can also move r1.6 to attack the horse that is not being protected. Okay, so in this case, red has made one mistake by moving r1 plus 1. The car is restricted and it cannot move, and now red has also lost an elephant. The next move to do will be to move a4 plus 5. Okay, so right now at the beginner stage, there is actually one way to play cheat, try to scam the opponent. So you can move, red can set up a trap to play cheat and move c8 minus 1. So when red moves c8 minus 1, effectively we are cutting off the retreat path for black's cannon. So you move c8 minus 1. And then you will move let me see whether is it plus 1 or should it be a dot 8. Let me calculate first. It should be a plus 1. So we should move r9 plus 1 because we want to protect the horse at the 9th file. So red will move r9 plus 1, and then later on, black will lose the pile lose a cannon for no good reason. Okay, so right now, if you look at it, black has moved r9.8. It is a futile attempt. Red can just easily r1 minus 2, and that's it for black's cannon. Okay, so as of now, one simple thing that we can remember is not to use our king to eat the cannon, because our king should not be moving around too much. It will be the best if it doesn't move at all. So right now, red can just move a5 minus 6 and take the cannon. And so right now, red is having an advantage over black because red has one more cannon. Even though we have lost two pieces of defenses, but I would still prefer to take red on my own. Okay, so black did not activate his card. He should have moved probably things like r8 plus 6. But now he moved a4 plus 5. He has created a structural weakness in his own 7 file. So for red probably may choose to consider moving c8.3 so that the cannon can threaten the entire 7 file for black. And while moving c8.3, red is also creating space for his own car on the 9th file. Okay, so right now, when we come to this situation, as beginners, we will try to think as much as possible. A lot of us, we will be very anxious and we will want to move h3 plus 4, but that is not a good move because your center pawn is not being guarded by your horse. Probably now you can choose to move mm, r1.4 so that you can activate your car as well and then also control the file as well. So if red were to move r1.4, black cannot move h7 plus 6 and we will be effectively restricting how black can develop his pieces. Okay, so right now I can see that red can create another threat for black. Let's let me calculate whether is the threat valid or not. So I'm thinking of moving r9.6, but I don't know whether will he be um, foolish enough to. Let me calculate first. Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Mm, okay, red will still move r9.6 so that we are controlling both of the fourth and the sixth file. It will be very beneficial for red later on. Okay, so we can see that black has chosen to disconnect. So even though that's the case, red should still move r9.6. Okay, r4 plus 6 is a bad move because you're exposing your file to attack. Not right now, black. Okay, it's alright. Let me see how this will turn out. Um, Okay, so right now I think red should move r9.4. Okay, the better move for black would be to move h6 plus 5 to take the center pawn, but luckily he did not do that. So we will... Hmm, what can we do to attack black? Okay, the easiest move will be to move the rook at the back. So it's minus r plus 3 to catch black horse. So I think probably if red does that, it will be a good one. And now, yeah, as expected, black has eaten the cannon, and now just move e7 plus 5 to take back the pawn, to take back the horse. No, that's a bad move. I was thinking of okay, now red has no choice but to move c3.4. Okay, red is losing big time. Yeah, it's really, really bad. Um, minus rook.5 will be the good choice to... No, 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 no. I think we are losing already. As red perspective, we are losing. Okay, still minus rook.5. And so probably, yeah, you have to move a6 plus 5 if you are red. Okay, now c4 minus 1 to defend against attack. r5 minus 1 to take the cannon. And now we will move e7 plus 5 so that your elephant will not get threatened. Okay, now as red, we will move p7 plus 1. It is to control and slow down the attack from the black horse. p7 plus 1 will be a good move. Right now, red can move p7 plus 1, and then after that, black will move p3 plus 1, and then red will p7 plus 1 across again as well. Okay, right now, red can move c4 plus 2 to chase away the horse, and then later on, there can be a r5.8, and then r8 plus 4. So the first move is to move c4 plus 2. So black is trying to do a sneak attack, and so be it. Now red can move r5.8. Okay, and so black is really oblivious to the attack, and now red can move r4 plus r8 plus 4 to attack the horse, and then r4.5 to take the center pawn. Okay, for this case, probably I will want to not take the pawn. Let me look at how it will turn out. Let me calculate. So this one, I'm considering c4 plus 3 and let him eat across. No, it's a bad move. We will get killed. Okay, so red has chosen to move r5.7, and if black move r8 plus 1, that's it for red. Yeah, I'll be right back for the live stream. Okay, true enough, black has moved r8 plus 1. Um, Yeah, that's it for red. Red has already lost. So yeah, the best move for red will be to a5 minus 4, and then after that black will r3.6, and that's it. And that's it. So if we look back at the game, at this point in time, red should have done this so that we will not get attacked from the bottom line. And if black were to do this, red can choose to attack the horse. And probably if black eats this, I can do this. And right now, if black were to eat me, I will be able to kill the black elephant. So if let's say if black were to escape, probably where can they escape to? Not really anywhere, because probably here. Then that is when, as red, I could have done this. So right now, his car can take my horse, but my car can take either his cannon or his horse, depending on how he moves. So that was the original intent that I wanted to have. So yeah, so back to the original game. The next move by black will be to move r8 plus 1, and that's it for red. So I think red can also choose to resign. Okay, let's see what's the next game. Okay, now black, as beginners, will move c8.5. And then we'll move h8 plus 7, followed by r1 plus 1. So this is the typical opening that a lot of beginners will begin with. Black can move r1 plus 1. Eh, oops, it's my fault. I said wrongly. It should have been a r1 plus 1, but now r9 plus 1. So right now we will move h2 plus 3 because it was a free horse. Red didn't take it. Black can move r1.4. Okay, let's move 2, 4, 6, 7. r4 plus 7. And the next move, we will move r4.2 to threaten the horse and the cannon. Okay, now we can move r4.3 to catch the horse. Okay, and now as black, we can move r3 minus 3, eat the pawn and threaten the horse. As black, we can move c5 minus 1. And if red were to move r2 plus 7, we can easily neutralize this with a r9 plus 2. But now it's a different game. Now, for this, black definitely has to move. No, not really. There's some problem here. Black has to move r3 minus 1 to defend against red's attack. And then he will move r3.4. So red has one choice, which is to exchange away the cannon. r3.4. Okay, now black can still move r3.4. Okay, r4 minus 1 to take the horse. And then you will move h7 minus 5 to chase the cannon. So as you can see, from here, black is in a very bad position because of the wrong move c5 plus 1. And now the second cannon on the second file is getting attacked soon by r9.8 from red. It's really a very bad situation. And then also, red can c5 plus 4 immediately to control the center later on. Hmm. Okay, black can move c2 plus 1. And then if red were to move h3 plus 4, black can. Okay, so red did not do the best move. So finishing up, if red had moved h3 plus 4, black could have moved p3 plus 1 to forcefully trade away the car. But now red has made a worse mistake. So now black can easily capitalize on this and move r4.5. Right now, my rook is threatening his rook, and my horse is threatening his cannon. He has no choice but to probably trade, and even if he doesn't trade, I will be able to take a free cannon. Now I must move c2.5 to take back the rook. Okay, and then now I'll exploit the weakness in his structure. So I'll move minus c.7. And that's it, he's dead. So going back to this game, for red should have moved r9 plus 2 to defend the horse, and that would have been a better choice than his h3 plus 4. So we will see what's the next game, what it will be like. And so let's not repeat the same mistake again. h8 plus 7 followed by r9 plus 1. Okay, so this is a typical opening played by a lot of people, and a6 plus 5 is a very bad choice. So in this case, there are many people who will choose to move h6 plus 7, or they can move p3 plus 1, or they can move p7 plus 1, or even they can move r2 plus 4. And some people will move h8 plus 9. Okay, so there's also another obscure one whereby people will move a4 plus 5. So this is also an equally valid opening. But in this case, a6 plus 5 is not a good move. So when people open door for you to attack them, you will move r9.4 to attack his door, so that this king will not be able to escape. Okay, so this is the typical 5-6 cannon from red. And now black can easily move h2 plus 3. Black can move p3 plus 1 first. So this is to prevent red from r2.7. And now, once he has moved h8 plus 7, black will move r1.2. And now as black, we have activated both our cars ahead of red. And now this is a typical tactic that all of us can learn. So black can easily move c2 plus 4. This is to restrict the movement of red. And now when people move this, let me see how we can exploit this. Okay, so you see when he moved p7 plus 1, the third pawn is under attack from black's c2.7. So black will move c2.7, and it will be a huge advantage for black. c2.7. Why is it not c2.3? c2.7, you will be threatening to kill the elephant, not this elephant. So right now, black has no choice but to h3 minus 2. So if black had moved c2.7 and red has taken the car, red would have died. And then if he moved this, that is when as black we will eat him, he will come back. And then after that, probably we can move up our rook to protect the pawn. And this is really very good for black. Because if you were to do this, I will do this. And when you eat me, I'll be able to jump out. I will give you the elephant. And this one will be I will have more speed than red, even though I've lost an elephant down here. And if black chooses to, and if red chooses to do this, that is when I will be able to do this and probably sacrifice the horse on the 7th file and generate a strong attack on your weak file as well. Okay, so right now, black has no choice but to move p3 plus 1. If not, it will be a bad situation for black. Okay, this is really bad. This is really bad. Okay, black can move c5.3. c5.3 is a nice move to defend against. Okay, now black will move r4.6. So the reason as to why black is in a bad situation, because instead of moving c2.7, black has moved c2.3, which did not cause any attack on red. So that's why red is really attacking ferociously. Okay, no choice, h7 plus 5 and give him the empty cannon. Black probably can consider r6 plus 5. If red were to move c6 plus 1, is a useless move because I can move c7.5 to eat the center pawn and then followed by r6.5 to eat the horse. Okay, red is really not giving us any chance. That's very sad. Um, lose. It's a loss. It's really a loss, really. Um, Black has no choice but to move r6 minus 2. We have to find a different angle. r6 minus 2. Now a nice move for red will be to move c6.5, and it's really, really bad for us. Okay, we have no choice but to move h2 plus 1. And then if red were to move r8 plus 3, we will move r6.3 to defend. Okay, that's it, that's it. We are really losing damn badly. Um, h1 plus 3. Yeah, so be it. Let's do an attack, and hopefully, because this opponent is not so strong, there should be a chance to win this. we can move h3 plus 4. And so right now we'll read there to move c6.5. Let's see. Okay, now as black 2, 4, 5, black can move c3 plus 5. And this is to tempt red to move h3 plus 5. And then if he does that, I will move c3.9 to eat the elephant. Okay, as black, we will move a6 plus 5, and then it will be a very easy win for us. Okay, so red has thrown away his advantage, finally. Finally, he has thrown away his advantage. We are in the clear now. Okay. So, what does he want from us? We will move k 5.6. And now he will move r3.1. We will move c3.7. After c3.7, let's see what we can do. We will move c3.7 first. Eat the horse. Okay, good. So now he has chosen to done this. Let's move c7.1. Eat the elephant. And then we will move r. What's it called? Oh, we are dead. We have lost. Okay, I think that's the end of the last stream for today. Today I'm really very off. I'm so sorry. Goodbye.